Welcome to DN Media Network, where football isn't just a game, it's emotion, drama, and untold stories. Here, we go beyond the scoreline, beyond the pitch, deep into the heart of African football, where every moment means something. Now let's dive in. This is one of those moments that splits football fans right down the middle. Was Ntwari wrong for refusing to be substituted, or was he simply standing up for himself in a moment where pride met pressure? It happened in the Carling Knockout Cup when Kaizer Chiefs faced Stellenbosch FC. The score was 0-0, a tense, goalless affair that had both sets of fans biting their nails. Then came the penalties, and that's when everything changed. Chiefs' technical team decided it was time for Bruce Bvuma to replace Ntwari. The logic was probably simple. Maybe Bvuma's known for saving penalties, maybe it was a tactical gamble. But Ntwari, Rwanda's #1, wasn't having it. In that moment, under the stadium lights, he stood tall, he shook his head, he said no. Now, in football, that's a bold move. Goalkeepers are supposed to follow orders, not challenge them. But Ntwari's defiance sparked a storm both on the pitch and online. Some saw it as pure disrespect, others saw it as courage. And then came the twist. Despite a solid performance throughout the match, including saving one of Stellenbosch's penalties, Kaizer Chiefs still lost the shootout. Suddenly the narrative flipped. Instead of being remembered for his saves, Ntwari became the man who refused his coach's decision. The headlines weren't about his clean sheet, they were about his rebellion. But here's where it gets interesting. Kaizer Chiefs legend Motsao Settlehody, one of the most respected names in the club's history, came out swinging in Ntwari's defense. He said, and I quote, "He was right. How can they take him out? The score was 0-0. He did nothing wrong. He kept a clean sheet. If Bruce Bvuma was better, why didn't he start?" That statement hit hard because it exposed something deeper, a lack of faith in a player who was doing his job perfectly fine. Think about it. Ntwari had barely been given chances this season. Most of the time, he's been sitting behind Brandon Peterson, waiting for an opportunity. So when that opportunity finally came, when he actually performed well, how do you think it felt to be told, "We're taking you off," right before the decisive moment? Settlehody called it for what it was: belittling. He said, if you take out your keeper at 0-0, you're not making a tactical move, you're sending a message that you don't trust him. That kind of decision can destroy confidence. For any goalkeeper, especially one trying to prove himself, it's humiliating. Now let's flip the coin. From the technical bench's point of view, was it really that deep? Maybe they genuinely believed Bvuma had better penalty stats. Maybe they thought it was the smarter, data-driven call. But football isn't just numbers, it's emotions, rhythm, chemistry, and psychology. You can't measure pride on a spreadsheet. When a goalkeeper is in the zone, saving, communicating, leading, pulling him off breaks that flow. It says, you're not good enough to finish what you started. And that's exactly what Ntwari refused to accept. But that decision might cost him. Reports suggest the club could discipline him, maybe even push him further down the pecking order, which is ironic because in that moment all he did was fight to prove he deserves to be there. Football history has seen similar stories. Remember when Kepa Arrizabalaga refused to be subbed in the EFL Cup final at Chelsea? Everyone said it was disrespect. But years later, people now say it was passion. A keeper who believed in himself more than anyone else did. That's what Ntwari's moment was. Passion, raw and unfiltered. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't insult anyone. He just refused, calmly but firmly. And maybe that's why fans are divided. Because in South African football, we're not used to seeing players say no, especially to authority. But should we start respecting that kind of confidence? After all, isn't football about belief? Isn't it about players backing themselves when no one else does? Chiefs fans have mixed feelings. Some feel he overstepped the line and disrespected the badge. Others see him as a man who stood his ground for what he believed was right. One thing's certain, Ntwari's story isn't just about a missed penalty or a lost match. It's about identity, respect, and the thin line between arrogance and conviction. Whether you love him or not, that moment has already earned him something: attention, recognition, and a spot in one of the most talked about scenes of Chiefs' season. So, as the dust settles, one question remains. Should players always obey the coach even when they feel disrespected? Or is there a time to say, no, I've earned this? This is DN Media Network, where football meets heart and stories go deeper than the scoreline. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell us in the comments, was Ntwari wrong or was he just too brave for his own good?